all the taxes that are impacting Floridians, right now, property taxes are the most significant.
What if I told you that the state of Florida wants to give you $1,000? Would that get your interest? Does this get your interest? Hey everybody, I'm Palm Beach Paul, your local realtor and guide to South Florida living, and I'm going to say it, and this time I really mean it. Welcome to paradise. Come on, look at that. Guys, it has been one of the most beautiful days, and I've been driving from Stewart to now I'm in Jupiter because I had to go show a property, and the whole way down US 1, all I could think was, how lucky am I to live in the state of Florida? It is an absolutely beautiful state. Yeah, there's stuff going on. Yeah, it's expensive. I get it. I don't care. I love it here. It is just breathtakingly beautiful. From the small town vibe of Stewart, where I was driving through and I found this really cool old neighborhood in Stewart, and it just had that old Florida town vibe, super cool little shops, to coming down the road to, well, landing here at this beach that, if you look at it, it looks like it's been abandoned because the sand dune has taken over. Incredible. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about getting $1,000. Ron DeSantis, our governor, is trying to give $1,000 to every homeowner, so it's not everybody, everyone who's a homeowner in the state of Florida who is homesteaded. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And some other positive things about trying to get a house here in the state of Florida, or if you already own one. All right, I hate to leave this spot, but I got a video to shoot. But see those rocks way back in the distance out there? That's Blowing Rock Preserve. If you ever come here on a day like this, all those rocks over there are like cut out from thousands of years of the oceans and the water. And it's really cool. There's only like one other place like this in the state of Florida. You saw it up in Stewart near Bathtub Beach. But the waves will come in there and they'll hit the rocks and they'll blow up through the holes, kind of like in Hawaii. It's really cool. So if you ever come here, that's definitely a place you want to check out. But all right, well, we got a video to make, so we're gonna walk. I'm gonna walk up here and see some more beautiful parts of Jupiter. So if you saw my video a couple weeks ago, I made a video about Ron DeSantis wanting to eliminate property taxes from the state of Florida. And he still wants to get rid of them. He thinks it's unconstitutional. He thinks that property owners who have homes, right, that are homesteaded and paying property taxes is like renting your house. You never really own it. And if you kind of look at it that way, I guess you could see that he's right. Although those property taxes do pay for all the necessities that we have, like police, fire, all those things, or roads, or schools. But he's taken steps to get there, right? And one of the steps that he's trying to pass right now is getting $1,000 to about 5.1 million households in the state of Florida who are homesteaded residents. Now, what's a homesteaded residence? Well, it has to be your primary residence here in the state of Florida, which means you have to live here for 6 months and a day. It can't be something for investors. Hold on, I gotta hop this fence. I don't know if I was supposed to be on that beach. And so it can't be like, investment properties and stuff like that. So sorry for all of you snowbirds who don't live here full time, but after that last scene of that beach, maybe you should. You could have that 365. I do, I love it. So they are trying to help Florida homeowners, and they're trying to get this passed. So what it would do is it'd go towards the part of the school, the mandatory school tax that homeowners pay. And this way they would get this $1,000 credit, but it wouldn't affect the schools. It wouldn't take away the funding that the schools need, which is obviously important. So that's one of the programs that they're working on here in Florida right now. And he's, I've seen a lot of different comments when I made my video, and a lot of people are like, whatever, talking about him. But look, the guy's, love him or hate him, he is trying to help homeowners, because also we've had some, good news with some of the insurance, a little.
Governor Ron DeSantis came to FIU today with good news for South Florida families. He says insurance rate cuts are coming.
Almost 3/4 of Miami-Dade policyholders and just more than half in Broward will be seeing rates go down.
So Citizens, which is our state insurance, like the last resort for people, they were expanding because of no competition, but lately they're starting to shrink, and 20% of its policyholders are seeing discounts of up to 5 to 6% off their policies. So that's good news. We're also, for car drivers, Geico and State Farm and Progressive also announced cuts, and so people's car insurance is going down a little bit. So that's, again, some more good news for the state of Florida and for our residents here. So the news said that nearly 75% of Miami-Dade County residents will see a discount on their insurance, and nearly 50% of Broward County will see one. So look, there's some good signs happening here in the state of Florida for people. Finally, we're starting to see some help for the homeowners, and that $1,000 credit, if that gets passed, will certainly help. And Citizens lowering their premiums is definitely helping put more money back in people's pocket, which we all need right now. So the average rate increase for the state of Florida for insurance has dropped from 21% in 2023 all the way down to 0.2% for 2025. So that's great, man. That's a huge drop. Now, when you look at it, it had to drop because the rate increases had gone so high for so many people. It was just ridiculous, and it was hurting so many people, and they're still hurting. But these are all good signs, and that's what I wanted to do today, was kind of talk to you about some of the good signs for the state of Florida, because I talked to you guys a lot about condo crisis and the things that are happening, but hey, they are making efforts, right? It can't stay bad forever, at least we hope not, and these are all good signs. So that's what I'm kind of trying to talk to you about, some of these, and there's some programs that I'll tell you about in a little bit for those that are trying to buy their first home too. Should I go back here? Looking for big old banana spiders. It's kind of cool. This one's a little easier to get back into. Boat just went by. See all the waves coming in. How cool looking is that? And the mangroves in here, man. It's nice to get in the shade right here. This is a great little spot. You get to sit here and read and chill out. I mean, can you see why I love Florida? Look, you get to find places like this, man. It is just, it's a treasure trove of beautiful places with nature. And it's funny because I've been here 30 plus years and I do love it. And but I always find something new and interesting when I'm out videoing or even driving around, which makes it really exciting. So let's talk about a little bit of hope for people who are trying to buy a home here in Florida. So now, if you don't live in Florida, these programs don't apply to you. So I apologize for all my out-of-state, out-of-country viewers, but if you're gonna move to Florida and then you wanna buy a property and you wanna live here, it could work for you. So the Hometown Heroes Home Program is a state-funded program that allows people who work in the state of Florida. So you have to work for a Florida-based company. So if you're a remote employee, your company's based out of Florida, you don't qualify. But if you work for a Florida-based company and you're buying your home, you could apply for this program. So what is it? Well, basically it's a down payment assistance program. And the way it works is if you qualify and you get with the mortgage lender, and I can put you in touch with mortgage lenders who do this program, you're trying to buy your first house. Well, the hardest things for people to do with buying a house is come up with the down payment, right? It's a lot of money. So, I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So with the program, it allows you to apply for this loan, and it's a 0% amortized loan, okay? So what happens is, if you qualify, let's say on a $100,000 house, and I've talked about this before, but I know many of y'all may not have seen that video. Say you had a $100,000 loan. Well, they'll give you 5% of the $100,000, so $5,000. So, and they give you that as a down payment assistance. So where you're trying to come up with your maybe 5-10% to buy a property, if you qualify for this program, you can get your down payment assistance, and you also get a lower interest rate. So they have a better interest rate on the mortgage, which also helps you. So that is a great program, and that program typically comes out, I believe, in July, if they fund it, which they did last year, and they fund it again this year. The problem is the applications go like that. The money goes real quick. So you have to be lined up with a mortgage lender and a realtor like me and get set up and get the program. But it's a cool program because the way it works is that you don't have any interest on the loan. And so when you refinance your house or sell your house, you pay the loan back. Now this loan is non-forgivable. I've heard people say it is. When I just looked online, it says non-forgivable, but we can double check that. So, which means that you do have to pay this back. So if you buy your house, live in it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, when you sell your house, you do have to pay back the money that the state gave you. So it's basically a second mortgage, but it's 0% interest. So you got to pay it off. And, but it's a great way to get your first home. So as I said, the program goes quick. Oh, look, cool, they got a tent. That's awesome. Oh, camp out right there, right? I don't think you can camp overnight, but daytime camping. So that's a great program for you that are out there trying and struggling to find a home. And the interest rates have been dropping. It's like the third week in a row interest rates have come down. So I would say if you've been holding off wanting to buy a house, I mean, you could keep waiting. I know the market, I'm out with buyers right now, and we looked at a property and it was $825, and just the other day it dropped to $815. So they are dropping in price, but you know, we're coming into the spring season and a lot of people are going to be back out looking at homes again. A lot of parents look at homes because they want to move into a different school area, and so it is going to get busier again. And so I would think if you're, you know, looking at it, start looking at it now. And you know, they don't release the money for this program until July anyway, so you're not going to buy a house with it during this spring season. I'll be sure to put links for all this at the bottom of the video in that about section. You know, the section you guys never read, but you should, because there's good stuff there. Yeah, go there this time because I'll have some good information there for you for this program. And there's another program. This is for Palm Beach County only, but check your county because they do this throughout the state. This next program is called the S.H.I.P, S-H-I-P program. And it's a housing program. It's more for low to moderate income people, you know, trying to help those that can't afford a house because it is so darn expensive throughout South Florida. And this is another program, and right now the state, or actually Palm Beach County, has like $10 million that they're going to be handing out, up to $100,000 per person, right? But it goes real quick, so you definitely, this one's going to be like first come, first serve. And you do have to, from what I remember on the program, you have to be pre-qualified already, so you have to have a mortgage, you know, like pre-qualified for one. And then you go online. It is a lot of red tape. You know, you're getting money from the government. It's never going to be easy. And apply for it. But you can use this to buy a house, upgrade to a more expensive house. So if your budget, like, you know, I have some clients that their budget's $375. If they qualified for this, now their budget could be $475. That makes a huge difference in shopping for homes here in Palm Beach County. I'm going to go down this one so there's no one here. I have my own little spot. This is coolish. I love this. I need to get my wife to come up here. We actually came up here once, but we should come up here more often. We don't live that far away. Down in Boynton. This is up in Jupiter. So you can come out here and just kind of chill out. You can wade out in the water. Nice. shuffle your feet. It's called the Stingray Shuffle. That way you don't step on the stingray and get the barb in your foot. Oh man. Doesn't suck, I'll say that much. But the S.H.I.P program isn't just for getting a new house. It can be used for like rental assistance, home repair or renovation for a property, or as I said, down payment assistance. And it's for low to moderate income people, so you want to check it out. Every program is going to be different depending on the county you're in. But as I said, in Palm Beach County, they have $10 million. So, and that starts at the end of April, I believe. So you want to look at that program right away, and that could be another program that could help you with assistance if you qualify for it. So it's such a beautiful place, isn't it? I like bringing these videos to you. And if you like these videos, can y'all do me a favor and hit that subscribe button there and like and share it with all your friends and family who might want to enjoy South Florida, whether it's vacation or if they just want to know about buying a property down here. I make all types of videos about that kind of stuff. Today's video is more educational. Sometimes they're a little controversial, but I also was up in Stuart today scoping out some areas of Stuart and Jensen Beach, and I got some cool videos planned. I'm going to go up there and show you guys a cool little town next to Stuart called Jensen Beach. It's pretty neat, some really cool stuff to show you, some cool houses I found, and I got a friend up there who happens to be one of my customers, and he just said, hey, we'll take the boat out. So I'm looking forward to getting that video. So I appreciate y'all's support. I swear, Jupiter could be the prettiest city in all of South Florida. It definitely ranks up there in the top 5. Just is a cool little town, man. They've just kept it. Jupiter, Juno Beach combined, just cities, just beautiful, man. So much nature up here and just such a Florida vibe. Look at this. So see, not everything in Florida is bad. I know there's a lot going on that I talk about, but I wanted to bring you guys some good. And that's what we did today. We talked to you a little bit about what's happening with, Governor DeSantis and the $1,000 that they're going to try to get to all the homeowners, and the S.H.I.P program, and the Homes for Heroes, and the insurance costs. So look, they're trying to help homeowners and people and everyone here in the state of Florida. I know it's not all good. I know some of you are going to complain. I'm always going to have people that, say it's good and love it, and others that hate it. I can't help everybody. All I can try to do is keep bringing you guys stories about what's happening here, and I'm optimistic. I think there's some good things headed Florida's way right now. So we'll keep watching and see what happens. I mean, come on, look at that. This is a cool place. This is a popular place on social media. It's called Cato's, and a lot of people will come over here. They go from the shore and they go right down under there and do a little diving right underneath the bridge. More snorkeling than diving, but there's a lot of big fish under there, so it's a pretty cool place. Big boat coming. I might get stuck on the other side of the bridge. We have to wait it out. But look at this. There's a lighthouse in the background. Pretty spectacular. All right, guys, so that is this week's video. Look at this beautiful view. Look at the boats coming out here on the Intercoastal Waterway. They're heading up to the inlets just down that way, the other way. Look at the water, absolutely beautiful. And all the way back there, I know you can't see it, but there's a big old brown spot in the water. I saw a manatee going by, super cool, pretty awesome. So, all right, so let me know what you guys think about everything that we talked about today. And there's some good stuff happening here in Florida. So, but as always, wherever you are, get out in the world, get out and enjoy paradise. We'll talk to you next week.